Welcome to the show. Welcome to Your Thought Life podcast. I am your host, Michael Anderson. Today, we're going to unpack the top 3 traits of a business owner. And I've been incredibly blessed over my life to have seen business at the billion-dollar evaluation level multiple times, as well as the early stage startup and just about everything in between, whether privately or publicly traded. And having now owned 3 different businesses, and we're in our third entrepreneurial endeavor at the moment that is going incredibly well. I feel like there's a tremendous amount of misinformation, unfortunately, that people are being exposed to. And this specific podcast is really tailored for those who are already here and are navigating this particular track. And for those additionally who are, like I used to be, also working a corporate employment opportunity, but endeavoring to make the break into small business ownership, entrepreneurial endeavors, or even at the solopreneur level. This is going to give you the top 3 things that you need to be able to do to be successful, to create revenue, and to grow your operation. The most successful business people, they don't just hustle, they lead. They don't just manage, they grow. And they're not just looking at what it is that they can gain. It's also what can they provide in the way of real world value. And so we're going to talk about these top 3 things. And if you do research of your own and you pop these into Google or your LLM of choice, you're going to find that there's a tremendous amount of continuity. So let's jump in. First off is clarity of vision. Here's what this means in a nutshell. High performance business owners are crystal clear on where they're going. You must understand at a fundamental level what is the vision for your business. And you should be able to map that out in such a way that you can see annualized goals. You can then back into those annualized goals and make quarterly milestones so that as you navigate through the year, you have a solid reference to how you are executing your vision, more on execution in a different block. You want to know what success looks like and feels like. That is to say, you should have done research to coincide with your vision to really give you the clarity that you need so that you can visualize on a day-to-day basis what are the tasks that are necessary for me to achieve this day, this week, that then go toward that quarterly goal that has now been broken down into monthly goals that are then broken down into weekly goals. You have to spend some time to really understand what it is that you do, your value proposition, how you are going to earn the trust of your constituents by performing at a level and providing the value that demonstrates to them that you most certainly are someone that they should work with. Neuroscience tells us that a clear vision activates the brain's reticular activating system, which helps us to filter different opportunities and actions that align with what we need to do. That's also another segue into visualization as part of your morning routine. It's sort of like giving your brain a GPS. So you're not wandering, you're not drifting, and you're not able to easily lose focus because the vision is absolutely paramount to help you chart the tasks that need to be done for you to hit your business objectives, your key performance indicators. Action step: write out your vision in the present tense. Make it vivid, make it emotional, make it specific. Review it every single day, at least in the morning and in the evening before you go to bed. As a bonus, if you can do midday, huge, huge benefit. Number two, emotional resilience. There are people who are making videos, they're making reels, and they're all over social media. And they're telling you that you can just do these things and very quickly you're going to be incredibly prosperous. And I'm here to tell you that those videos in part could be true, but it's true for a very small slice of the population. It is not true for most people. Put that in your LLM and get some other stats. But let me tell you, this is all about a 5-year journey of being prepared to hunker down and do the work and maybe not hit every single milestone that you have in place, maybe not hit every single financial target, but there's got to be within you this emotional level of resilience. That's bounce back. That's recovery from some sort of event or situation or something that perhaps didn't go right. Let me tell you like this. Right now, we've got market shifts that are taking place. We've got tariffs to be on the lookout for and how that's going to impact the pocketbooks of the people that we need to do business with us. We've got shifts taking place right now in the stock market. There's now again this idea that perhaps recession, which was off the table, might now be back in play, depending on how the economy is able to adjust to all of the international circumstances that are playing out as a result of the new administration, certain policies, certain objectives. This emotional resilience is going to be necessary for you to deal with that. The difference between those who fold and those who grow is the ones that grow are able to pivot because they were able to get back in the game quickly after they had their emotional event. They were able to shift that energy constructively back into the business, back into the vision, and change the trajectory after they have dealt with this emotional event, after they have dealt with these market shifts, or whatever it is that they're facing. And the cool thing is that the studies from the American Psychological Association show that resilient leaders bounce back faster, make better decisions under duress, and create more stable teams. Your entire team is looking at you and your disposition, behavior, and sentiment to gather and determine whether they are going to ride with you the distance or jump off the boat, get on a different ship. If you show yourself as that resilient leader, then they're going to rock with you. They're going to appreciate you, and they're going to be there for you when you need them. None of us are born with high degrees of resilience. This is a learned behavior that you have to build over time. Here's an action step for you. You have to practice. Unfortunately, that means you've got to do some things that put you out there that don't go the way you planned them to go, and you've got to put these principles into practice. It is through practice that you build this muscle. So get yourself some practice, stay in the game, stay focused, and when a setback hits, if you need to be emotional, that's fine. Give yourself 5 minutes. I give myself 4 minutes, and 59 seconds. On that fifth minute, I'm thinking now about, okay, I felt what I needed to feel. I'm now moving back into the business, doing some analysis to see how is it that I need to pivot to make this right, to take this from a not so good situation to a good situation. And once you continue to do this, you will be training your brain on a different meaning for trying situations. And that resilience is going to allow you to quickly turn that negative energy into energy that you can use to make a very creative pivot. Number 3, consistent execution. I shared with you a little while ago that on average, it's a 5-year journey for someone to go from immature business to a mature business such that they've got processes and procedures. They have revenue streams that are fairly concrete. They are past the bumpy points where all of the back office stuff that needs to get done to support business operations are just really tacky. They've got all of that buttoned up. They got the staff trained, and they're in a place where they can run the business such that the business is not running them, where they are spending time working on the business rather than working in the business. Ideas are cheap. Execution is gold. If you are to get to a point where you have safety and security in that which you have built, you have to know that consistent execution is the card that you must lick and slap on your forehead like the big joker. That one is right there with you every single day. You do not get to release it in any way, shape, or form. The top entrepreneurs don't wait for motivation. They instead build habits. And it's behavioral science that consistently tells us that routines, even small ones that are able to be done consistently, compound to massive results. And this is what you need for sustainment, to be able to keep in that consistency lane, to make sure that your execution is one of your top priorities and you don't get lost in the other trivial things that you have to do for the business. You're keeping the main thing, and that is your ability to consistently create revenue. Whether it's outreach, content, internal systems, right? You're able to get this done. Even the things that are not so enjoyable or might even teeter on the line of boring. And there's a piece that we had in tech where we called it thankless. All of those components that don't necessarily excite us. You can do all of those things by the numbers consistently. When you arrive here, you know for an absolute fact when you can do this, despite how you feel, despite your emotional makeup and composition for any given day, you still have the mind and the heart to press through whatever that is, because consistency is key now to you and your success. You've got now what it takes. If you're struggling with that, here's the action step. I want you to choose a keystone habit. That is to say, something simple and repeatable, and tie it to a certain trigger, something that has to happen at a given time, and just do that every single day. And what you're going to find is that, over time, you're going to see that it's now just a part of you. The repetition that you just subjected yourself to now has become a subconscious program. And that's a beautiful thing, because that also helps us understand that if there are other programs in there that are limiting us, they can be supplanted and replaced with simple practices just like this one. So after I drink my morning coffee, I send three prospects an email as an example. And it's just simple little tasks like this that allow you a momentum. And momentum is a fantastic encourager for consistency because now you're able to realize some of the sweat equity that you're putting into your organization. And that's a good feeling. Now we got dopamine and serotonin release, and now we're feeling good throughout the day. The better we feel and the more associated we are with positivity, the greater degree to which we're going to be able to achieve. We talked about three things: clarity of vision, emotional resilience, and consistent execution. These are the three pieces that you must have. These are the non-negotiables that you must bring to your business, to your employees every single day, no matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter what the environmentals, no matter what's going on in the world. This is the way you have to show up, and this is the way that you have to conduct yourself. And remember, who you are shapes what your business becomes. So lead yourself first and let everything else follow. Thank you for joining me today for this episode. Feel free to connect with us through our Linktree link. It's available in the show notes. I would like to remind you that you are enough. You can do it. You are uniquely equipped to realize your goals. Until next time, take care and deploy these three business owner principles.